Next news. Breaking news from the White House.
Tonight, the mail-in ballot fight just blew wide open again, and this time President Donald Trump didn't just talk about it, he acted. First, social media lit up with fresh claims out of Virginia, where critics pointed to a sudden vote jump that looked impossible on its face. Then came allegations of a perfectly timed Fairfax absentee dump that just happened to land where Democrats needed it most. Now, with voters fed up and trust on the line, President Trump has signed an executive order restricting mail-in ballots nationwide. So the question tonight is simple. Is this the beginning of finally locking down America's elections? I sure hope so. See, this matters to every single voter watching, because if the public cannot trust the chain of custody on ballots, then the entire system starts to rot from the inside. People work hard, raise families, pay taxes, show up to vote expecting one thing, that legal votes are counted, illegal ballots are rejected, and nobody gets to manufacture outcomes in some back room after midnight. But critics have been pointing for years to bizarre absentee surges, late-night dumps, weak verification, and numbers that just don't pass the smell test. Now, in Virginia, there's a clip making the rounds showing a massive swing in just minutes. Another post claims Fairfax County produced a neat round number burst of 35,000 yes mail ballots that helped push Democrats over the top. Whether every online allegation proves out or not, the anger is real because Americans are tired of being told not to question anything. Now, politically, this is huge. President Trump is making election integrity a front burner issue again, and the Democrats know it and they're terrified. And while the Trump administration moves to secure elections, it's also moving to secure the raw materials that keep America strong. This breaking news right from the White House. They announced over $30 billion to secure America's critical mineral supply chains and named a specific Alaskan project as a key strategic asset for U.S. mineral independence. You see, that matters because President Trump just unveiled Project Vault, a $12 billion strategic minerals reserve designed to stockpile essential resources and keep America from depending on foreign adversaries. I've personally been to the Ballot copper drilling site in Canada myself. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've held the core samples. It's what's happening right now in Alaska, though, that's bigger than most people realize. Now, Ballot copper is positioned in a sector that Washington is now treating like a national priority. And if you want to look into it, the company trades in the United States, write this down, under VCUFF, and in Canada as VCU.V. It's right there on your screen. Check the exclusive briefing only for Next News viewers to get the full scoop. And we thank them for supporting our program. Now back to the election fight. The establishment can no longer just sweep under the rug. This is what changes everything. President Trump is not just complaining about the problem, he's putting federal weight behind it. In remarks circulating online, he said mail-in ballots are crooked as hell, arguing Republicans have to win this battle now with voter ID, proof of citizenship, and strict limits on who can vote by mail. It's a direct challenge to the system Democrats leaned on for years, and judging by the reaction already pouring in, the left knows this is a real threat to their favorite playbook. This is the single greatest crime against the United States government and the American people, past the Save America Act. Who will ever forget these statistics that we were restricted from ever sharing with the American people? Michigan, over 100,000 mail-in ballot applications falsified at Jocelyn Benson's election headquarters. Wisconsin, over 64,000 mail-in ballots Xeroxed in the back conference room of Milwaukee City Hall, room 501 at 3 a.m. Arizona, over 733,000 mail-in ballots cast just vanished into thin air, uncounted for. Pennsylvania, 766,000 mail-in ballots cast just appear out of nowhere. Georgia, 96,000 mail-in ballots cast, no record of ever being returned. Wisconsin, 138,000 dump at 4:30 a.m. Every one of them voted for Biden, not a single Trump vote. Who remembers these visuals? Published by the Gateway Pundit, strange ballot dumps in the middle of the night. Oh, you can never question it. No. But Hillary Clinton, of course, she can question every election, right? When she loses, it's okay. But when President Trump, when it's stolen from him, no, you cannot question that. Of course, the rules have changed, and now you can openly discuss it on platforms like YouTube. But these are the visuals will never change. And President Trump's been challenging this because he knows the truth. We know the truth, guys. So these are the allegations conservatives have been shouting about for years. Now a Virginia vote tracker shows 64,000 Vote jump in just minutes. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Just how did Virginia pull off the election in their favor of gerrymandering? The useful, sneaky mail-in ballots in the magic trick, 64,000 votes for a yes in 5 minutes before the no's were ahead. Check this out. Here's an eagle-eye observer.
Check this out, guys. So at 8:39, look at this. The no votes were ahead, right? 236, 206. Within 5 minutes, look at this. There's a jump. Look at that jump. Of over what? 60,000 votes? 64,000 votes? In 4 minutes, 5 minutes? Is that possible? Somebody, does that make sense? Let me know.
Yeah, does it make sense? No, it doesn't. I'll let you know. 5-minute spike is exactly why the base doesn't trust the system. Now President Trump puts it in plain English, laying it down on mail-in ballots.
Mail-in ballots are crooked as hell. We're the only country in the world that use this type of mail-in ballot, the only country in the world. I'll tell you what, Republicans have to win this one. We'll never lose a race. For 50 years, we won't lose a race. We want voter ID. We want proof of citizenship. And we don't want mail-in ballots except for the military far away, except for people that are ill, disabled, or people that are away. Even for a vacation, we'll be generous, okay?
50 years. Mail-in ballots are crooked as hell. Republicans have to win this one. He didn't just call it out, he moved on it. This just in today, President Trump signing an executive order restricting the use of mail-in ballots nationwide. Now, of course, this will be challenged. You can guarantee the left will challenge this all the way to the Supreme Court. See, we're having trouble getting that SAVE Act passed. So President Trump's like, well, to hell with these guys. I'm going to sign an executive order, let them challenge it, right?
Take some time, and I'll make this signature absolutely perfect. So it looks very good.
Let's go. About frickin'
So far, so good. Okay, so that's a big deal. Very proud of it. And I don't know how it can be challenged. You'll probably challenge it. You may find a rogue judge. You get a lot of rogue judges. Very bad people, very bad judges. But that's the only way that can be changed. And hopefully we'll win an appeal if it is. But I don't see how anybody can challenge it. I don't see how they can challenge it.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. They will challenge it. The SAVE Act is still languishing. President Trump's like, the hell with it. I'll sign the executive order. So after the signature, the question is what this looks like on the ground. Fairfax County, where critics say a perfectly timed 35,000 vote mail ballot dump handed Democrats their win in Virginia. Jack Danger says, wake up, Patriots. Fairfax County, Virginia's deep blue machine just dropped exactly 35,000 yes votes on absentee mail ballots for the Democrats' redistricting power grab. That's 80% yes in one neat round number dump. Here's the math they don't want you seeing. Fairfax is 65% Democrat, 30% Republican by voting history. Presidential races, recent statewide data not even close to 80% blue. Yet their mail ballots magically hit 80% yes when Election Day and early person were closer to 67 to 68% yes. Total Fairfax Hall, 262,801 yes versus 115,280 no out of 378,000 votes. Those 35,000 mail yes ballots alone, a perfect round number that appeared late after everyone could see exactly how many they needed. Coincidence or the same urban mail-in magic we've seen before? Democrats needed this to flip the entire state 51 to 49 and redraw the map 10 to 1 in their favor. And poof, here come the exact ballots to make it happen. This is not democracy. This is manufactured consent via mail ballots in one county that could swing it. DOJ opened an immediate investigation. What the hell, man? They're still playing these frickin' tricks. And that's why President Trump said, hell no, I'm signing an executive order. But get ready for the MAGA summer because that executive order is going to sit on the books until they challenge it. MAGA summer, the White House posting this all summer long. Apparently, Anheuser-Busch, the #1 beer manufacturer in the world, is pouring millions in investments into the United States. Let's go. Pour a cold one. And of course, Barack Obama, wasting no time and congratulating the vote fraud in Virginia, says, again, projection here. He says Republicans are trying to tilt the midterm elections in their favor, but they haven't done it yet. Thanks for showing us what it looks like to stand up for our democracy and fight back. Save it, Barack. President Trump posting on Truth Social, declaring a rigged election took place last night in the great Commonwealth of Virginia. All day long, Republicans were winning. The spirit was unbelievable until the very end, when, of course, there was a massive mail-in ballot drop. Where have I heard that before, he says. And the Democrats eked out another crooked victory. 6-5 goes to 10-1, and yet the presidential election in November was very close to 50-50 split. In addition to everything else, the language on the referendum was purposely unintelligible and deceptive. As everyone knows, I'm an extraordinarily brilliant person, and even I had no idea what the hell they were talking about in the referendum, and neither do they. Let's see if the courts will fix this travesty of justice, President Donald J. Trump. So he posts this to Truth Social. Let's see, Rapid Response says this was at 12:35 p.m. today. And then, that was at 12:35. And then he goes and he posts the executive order at, well, this was published at 10:19 a.m. So he does the executive order, makes the post, makes it clear that he is fed up with this crap. We all are, guys. We all are. So here's the big reveal. The Trump administration's resetting the standard. According to reports and video from the signing, President Trump now signed an executive order restricting the use of mail-in ballots nationwide. That means the debate is no longer theoretical and is no longer confined to viral clips or frustrated voters posting receipts. It's now federal policy under a president who ran on restoring confidence, accountability, and common sense to elections. And of course, supporters are cheering because they see this as a wall going up against ballot chaos. Opponents are already hunting for judges to stop it, but that reaction tells you everything. If clean elections are the goal, why panic when the rules get tighter? Because the old game may finally be ending. And that's why tonight matters. You see, the same political class that told you to ignore every odd spike, every suspicious dump, every chain of custody concern, and every question about mail-in ballots is now staring down a president who actually did something about it with a signature. President Trump heard the American people. He moved to defend the vote. Of course the Democrats are going to be furious, and of course the media will try to spin this, and of course the usual insiders will scream suppression anytime accountability shows up. But election integrity is not suppression. It's the basic price of self-government. If you agree that America should have voter ID, proof of citizenship, and tightly controlled absentee voting, share this report right now. Drop a comment and answer the simple yes or no question. Should mail-in ballots be limited to military disabled and truly absent voters only? Text raw feed to 844-840-4963. That's the number on the screen, so you can beat the algorithm and hear directly from me on your phone. And check out the next news merch shelf below this video. Stay loud, stay fearless, and keep fighting for a country worthy of your vote.
The system controls information. Information control is power.
They don't want you to see this.
The truth only survives together. They don't want this. Share this now.